Hi everybody, this workout segment is strength and conditioning supersets using some dumbbells. So what I'd like you to do is grab yourself a pair of heavy dumbbells and also a pair of light dumbbells to get through this workout. Okay, a 3 exercise combination for this one, guys. So this will be a really good warm up in particular. We're going to work some gentle burpees using the bench, and then we're going to switch it up and do some fast feet, get that heart rate up, and then we're going to finish the set off with some push-ups using the bench. Starting with the gentle bench burpee, you can see that I'm stepping into it rather than jumping into it, and then I'm also avoiding the jump at the top as well. I am going all the way down, getting that full push-up in. So again, just really circulating the blood and just getting the body warmed up with this particular exercise. Then we're going to switch it up and work some fast feet. So really focus on keeping your weight on the ball of the foot and just keeping your center of gravity nice and low so you can really pace up these fast feet. And then to finish off, we're going to go into some bench push-ups. So again, keeping a straight line from your shoulder all the way to your ankle so that we're protecting your back and we're keeping your core active. And then working some push-ups from there until the end of the set. Your turn to try this combination.
Like a G6, like a G6. Like a G6, oh fly like a G6.
A rotational squat complex for this exercise, guys. So you can see that I'm starting off with a relatively wide squat, and then I'm twisting 90 degrees into a lunge and then coming back up into my squat again, and then twisting and hitting the other side of the lunge. And we're just going to continue this complex until the end of the set. Keep control of your movement. Make sure that you're getting all the way down until your elbow touches your thigh, and make sure you keep vertical posture and nice neutral spine as you do it. Your turn to try this one.
Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have time, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes.
combining a goblet squat with a sumo deadlift for this exercise. So starting with your goblet squat, you can see that my feet are parallel, toes are pointing forward, knees are right over the top of it, so we're running on train tracks basically. And as I drop down, you can see that my elbow touches my thigh, so that's gonna create that perfect lower position in your squat. And then you basically stand back up and keep those repetitions going. Then we're going to change over and work some sumo deadlifts. Now you can see I've gone with a kettle grip on this one. So my hands are in a neutral position. My legs are nice and wide. My toes are pointing out. So as I drop forward and down into these deadlifts, I'm not only using my back, but I'm really using my glutes and my hamstrings as well. This superset will be a nice compound legs workout. Let's get you to have a go.
Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let it breathe.
So what's life supposed to be about, baby? Get rid of the vibe and stop acting crazy. Reminisce on all the good times daily. Why you trying to pose like I be acting
All we do is make up, then break up. Why don't we wake up and see? When love hurts, it won't work. Maybe we need some time alone. We need to
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset.
Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let it breathe.
So what's life supposed to be about, baby? Get rid of the vibe and stop acting crazy. Reminisce on all the good times daily. Why you trying to pose like I be acting
All we do is make up, then break up. Why don't we wake up and see? When love hurts, it won't work. Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let.  'Cause I know, 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 '
a couple of different squat variations for this exercise. So we're starting with a dumbbell weighted sumo squat, and then we're going to change it up and work some fast-paced squats as well. So with the sumo squats, you can see that I've got nice wide footing and that my toes are pointing out. Now you want to make sure your knees are right on top of it as well. And this variation of a squat is going to really get into your glutes and work your hamstrings in particular. Then what we'll do is we're going to switch our foot position and go shoulder width with parallel feet. So this is going to transition everything and put the weight onto your quadriceps. Now we've lost the dumbbells, but we've increased the pace. So it's essentially your own body weight, but it's nice fast squats for this one. Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset. nice cardio combination for this one, guys. So very lightly on the ball of the foot, we're going to start with some jumping jacks. Let's try and keep a nice steady pace for the minute, and then we'll switch it up and start to work some push-ups, but we're going to throw some knee strikes in there as well to really engage the core and engage the hips as well. You can see I'm doing pretty deep push-ups, and then as I come up, I'm going to throw that knee strike in. Now, if you can't do push-ups, then you can always do the rookie version off your knees, and then when you get back up, make sure you throw exactly the same knee strike.
Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it?
Hips thruster and calves raise superset for this exercise. So starting with your hips thrusters, make sure you've got the dumbbell sitting at your hips, and then we're going to lift all the way up until you hit a straight line from your knee to your shoulder, and then dropping back down into that rested position. Now as you lift up, you're really squeezing your hamstring and glutes and your lower back, and then trying to put a little pause at the top of it before you get back down into that seated position. We're going to then switch it up and work some calves raises. So standing up with your feet at shoulder width, your spine nice and neutral, we're going to lift all the way up to the ball of the foot, engaging those calves, putting a little pause at the top if we can, and then dropping back down until your feet are nice and flat. Let's have a go at this superset now.
I got no rules, I count it. I got no rules, I count it. I got it, I got no rules, I count it. I got no rules, I count it. I got no rules, I count
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset.
I got no rules, I count it. I got no rules, I count it. I got it, I got no rules, I count it. I got no rules, I count it. I got no rules, I count it. I got it.
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset. dumbbell deadlift and isometric squat combination for this exercise, guys. So starting with your deadlifts, now you can see that we're going into what looks like a squat, but you're leaning forward as you do it. So we're bending the knees, we're using the quadriceps, we're using the glutes, but we're also using our back for this exercise. So drop down until the dumbbells are almost at the floor, and then when you lift up, we're separating the dumbbells and pulling our shoulders back. So really emphasizing the flexion in the back for this one. Then we're gonna switch. Hold just one of the dumbbells and go into an isometric squat. So with this one, you want to make sure that your feet are just a little wider than your shoulders. Your feet are nice and parallel, and then you're dropping down into that squat while maintaining vertical posture. Hold the dumbbell in place until the end of the set.
She wants it, she wants it, she wants it, gotta give it to her. She wants it, she wants it, she wants it, gotta give it to her. Let's get together, maybe we can start a new phase. The smoke's got the club all hazy, spotlights don't do you justice, baby. Why don't you come over here? You got me saying, ew, I'm tired of using technology. Why don't you sit down on top of me? Ew, I'm tired of using technology. I need you right in front of me.
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset.
She wants it, she wants it, gotta give it to her. She wants it, she wants it, she wants it, gotta give it to her. Let's get together, maybe we can start a new phase. The smoke's got the club all hazy, spotlights don't do you justice, baby. Why don't you come over here? You got me saying, ew, I'm tired of using technology. Why don't you sit down on top of me? Ew, I'm tired of using technology. I need you right in front of me.
All right, probably the hardest exercise you're going to do today for this one, guys. So we're going to do some dumbbell clean and jerks, and then we're going to combine it with some pulse squats. So starting with the clean and jerks, get into that deadlift starting position, and then I want you to lift all the way up, bring it to your shoulders and go neutral grip, and then from there we're going to push all the way up to a shoulder press. Now when you return it, I want you to return it down nice and slow and make sure you've got ample control over your weight. And then what we'll do is we're going to drop one of the dumbbells, pick up one of them in that goblet hand position, and then work your way down to a squat and just hitting some pulses from here. So you're going to the bottom of the squat and just coming up marginally and just maintaining that particular engagement of the quadriceps throughout this exercise. Your turn to try this combination.
And I'm down for you always. 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 And I'm down for you always.
You've gotten deep under my skin, and I still feel your power. You changed my voice, you locked it in, and put out any fire. Still with one touch, you got me where you want me, yeah. It's like a rush, the waves that crash inside me, yeah.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always, KB. Do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always.
You carved it deep into my heart. You're the king of lions, the look of blue and killing smile. You put me more than under, and still with one touch, you got me where you want me, and it's like a rush. The waves that crash inside of your paradise and cry. We are dynamite and blind. We are broken hearts that never mend. The finest form of bad romance. Dynamite and blind. Yeah, we are
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always, KB. Do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always.
I closed the door, went on my knees, but then to make it harder, you changed your voice, I let you in. Now we are going under. Still with one touch, you got me where you want me.
Bent over T-row combined with stiff leg deadlifts for this combination. Bending forward, now you've got to make sure you keep your weight on your thighs. So you want to make sure you've got nice bent knees and a neutral spine so that you're keeping the torsional load away from your mid-back as much as you can. And then it's like a T lift all the way up until you've hit that straight line from elbow to elbow, really working your upper back as well as the back of your shoulders for this one. And then we're going to change it up and work some stiff leg deadlifts. So starting with soft straight knees, we're going to bend forward with a neutral spine into that stiff leg deadlift and then really use your lower back to squeeze. Now you can see I'm parting the weights on the way up, so this is going to really emphasize on the posterior. Make sure there's no hunching of the back for this one so you remain protected. Your turn to try this combination.
Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let it breathe.
So what's life supposed to be about, baby? Get rid of your vibe and stop acting crazy. Reminisce on all the good times daily. Why you trying to pose like I'm acting shady?
All we do is make up, then break up. Why don't we wake up and see? When love hurts, it won't work. Maybe we need some time alone. We need to
Let
A nice difficult thigh burner cardio combination for this exercise, guys. So we're going to combine plyometric squats with running with high knees without the dumbbell. Starting with your plyometric squats, hold onto the dumbbell, drop down into a nice square squat. So make sure that your feet are at shoulder width and that your toes are pointing forward, everything's nice and parallel. And then we're going to jump up and lightly land on the ball of your foot before you transfer your weight back to your heels. The idea is to try to minimize any joint impact on your knees. Then we'll lose the dumbbells and run on the spot with high knees. So again, light on the ball of the foot and just running on the spot until the end of the set. Your turn to try this one.
She's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, I'm on my mind, my mind. Oh.
Let's take a rest break and repeat that last superset. A great cardio combination for this one, guys. This is particularly good for post-workout cardio, or it's good for warm-up as well. You can see we're working some gentle half burpees. So I'm basically stepping into the burpee position. There's no push-up and there's no jump at the end. So it's essentially just getting the blood circulating. It's a nice warm-up, and like I said, it'll get the heart rate up as well. And then we're going to switch it up and work some lunge hops. So again, very nice and light on the ball of the foot. Try and keep minimal impact on those knees. And you can see it's a nice lengthy lunge hop that I'm doing, and it's consistent pace and just staying nice and light on the ball of the foot. Your turn to try this one. Well done for getting through your workout today, guys. Let's take a moment to stretch and cool our body back down now. Comment and let us know what you thought of today's workout, and remember to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest workouts.